Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Astar Community. Thank you for joining us in this Astar Community Call September edition. We are really excited to share with you something great news on Astar, on Sonion, and everything related to Startel. So, thank you for here. And I want to say hello to G, Tatsu, and Alicia that we will be with me in this call. How are you guys?
Hello, Carlos. Hello, everyone. Really glad to
Good.
be here again. Thanks a lot for inviting. I hope everyone has an amazing day and amazing week so far.
Sure. Thank you, G. How are you, Tatsu?
Yeah, doing great. Likewise, it's a nice evening activity, I would say, here in Japan. Glad to be here. Excited to talk about latest about sort of like the crossovers intersection between AStar and Sonium.
Amazing. Tatsu, I think it's the first time you are with us in Astro Community Call.
Well, it's more like it's been a while, right? I think I've
Oh,
attended a couple of times, maybe over a year ago, but it's been a while, so I'm really happy to be back here and excited to also give you the sort of like the latest updates and everything.
amazing. Good to know. Thank you, Tatsu. And Alicia, how are you, Alicia?
Hey, great to meet you guys here. Yeah, I'm Alicia. I'm marketing manager in the Astar. I was doing the POC of the Sunyo for All Astar top-up grants. So it is really a great opportunity to introduce Astar grant winners here. And let's talk deep dive. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Alicia. Thank you. Well, something that I want to implement in this call is the people maybe don't know how are you doing inside Astor and inside Startel. So I want to start with G. G, if you want to share with us briefly brief about your position and what you're doing in Astor, it will be great.
Sure, no problem. I'm pretty sure like the community knows me for a while because I've been in the Asta ecosystem for a very long time, starting as a community manager, officially in Asta Foundation. Before this was a Asta ambassador, but now I'm more in charge of everything related to marketing and ecosystem and community when it comes to Asta Network as part of one of the started products.
Thank you,
Um,
G. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, we can continue with Tatsu. Tatsu.
Yeah, so once again, GM, good evening to everyone. This is Tatsu. I am leading consumer and gaming business development for Startail. And Startail, as you know, is a core contributor of both A-Star and Sonium. I work and operate as a lead consumer gaming BD here.
Awesome. Thank you, Tatsu. Yeah, like Emmanuel say here, the big G. Okay, we can continue. Alicia.
Oh, so we're doing the introduction again?
Yeah, sure. Just
Okay.
tell us what you do and what you're doing inside Astro, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, yeah, as I said before, I'm managing the Sony for Astar grant and doing the communication with each winner projects. And also, I'm leading the Startail rebranding as right now. So, yeah, that is the most prioritized work for me as a proud of Startail member. Thank you.
And one thing we can share also about Alicia, she was the main person behind the Yoki Legacy. You know, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
return
right.
of Yoki. It was a really great time and so fun to see Yoki being alive again, especially on Sonium, and that's thanks to Alicia. Tatsu is the one behind the first version of Yoki actually. So we have the Yoki squad here in the call.
Yeah, very,
Good old
very
days.
modest. Very modest.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. Well, I
yeah,
think
every Yuki
everyone,
members are here. Mhm.
yeah, sure. I think everyone remember Jockey. Have to. Thank you. Okay. Well, after that incredible presentation of everyone, um, to say thank you for stay here in the call, and we can continue. Let's start. Okay. Well, the call today will be focused on these topics, right? We will discuss important topics from Astrum time, Agile core time, that is a really important topic for Polkadot ecosystem. We will be share what was Mix, Mingle, and Sunny City the last month. SFI Astrogram winners, we will share the projects that was part of the SFI and win the Astrogram. Also, we will share some updates from Astar governance and finalize with Astar DAppSec. So if you're ready, I'm ready. So we can start. Astar room time, the first topic in our agenda. So G, can you share with us some important news?
Sure. So before diving into one of the latest runtime, let me just take a step back and explain what are like the runtimes and what they are like also important for Astar. So runtime is the way we are upgrading and maintaining the quality of Astar network. Astar network, what I mean is like the L1 on Polkadot, especially on the technical side. Every time that we have to introduce new features to Astar or also make sure Astar remains aligned and updated with Polkadot versions, we are doing runtimes. Those runtimes are initiated by the L1 engineering team inside Startel, and after being ready, will be voted on chain in the governance process to be executed on chain. So this is an important step of maintaining the service that Asta is providing and making sure we are aligned with the latest updates, especially on the Polkadot side, to maintain the security. So this is also something vital to have the participation of the community and the token holders to make sure those runtime can be executed in time to not cause any further issues on the network. So yeah, so when it comes to specifically the latest runtime, last month we have been focusing mainly on adding new permissions and power to the main councils and the technical committee. The reason of doing those things is basically part of decentralization of Asta. As you've probably seen, we have also finally removed the sudo key from Astar network, meaning there is no sudo multisig which has power over the network. It can execute any calls on the network. However, due to like some recent incidents we have seen in the ecosystem, uh, um, extreme reactive um, execution should be always available on Astar in case there is some emergencies, and that's why the main council and the technical committee have those new permissions now. These permissions are mainly focusing on pausing or putting to maintenance certain specificity or features of the network, so we can react really in a really fast way in case of any attack or threat on the network. I mentioned we have been removing sudo key from our network. This has been executed by the main council last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago. So this is finally done, and after like a really long time on Astar, we are now fully under like the power of the governance system that we have built for the past year. The final step for this will be another runtime upgrade in the next few months. Also part of asset migration potentially to finally remove completely the pseudo palette from Astar network and keeping this centralization part in the history of Astar. So, yeah, so that was the runtime from last month, and as you can see, before for the previous runtime, we were mainly focusing on improving the quality of the services such as DApp staking or like XCM transfers on Astar.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, G. I have a question. Where is the ideal place, G, where the community can stay informed and follow all these updates from Astar and Astar Room Time?
That's a really good question, Carlos. So when it comes to having already a look at what is included in the runtime or what is coming into the runtime, you can definitely go to the Astar organization on GitHub, and that's where our developers are usually preparing those runtimes. As you know, Astar is the main network, but we have also the Canary network, Shiden, and the testnet network, Shibuya. Every time that we are executing or preparing a runtime upgrade, those ones are also first tested and executed on Shibuya and on Shiden before coming to Astar. So most of the time, you have all the information already about the next upcoming runtimes as part of those next release on Astar GitHub repo. So you can take a look. And also, if you are developers, already know what you need to prepare for making sure your product or application is also supporting the new features introduced by those runtimes. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is we are always communicating on our channel and especially on the forum for more like detailed information when a new runtime is coming, and when we are also inviting token holders to review the runtime and therefore like vote also in the governance process for the execution and the uplift of the chain.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, G. Okay, community, you already know and heard. If you want to stay informed in everything what happened in Asper in time, GitHub is the ideal place, but you can follow all conversation in Asper Forum and also Asper Governance because every runtime G disclose every information we will be included. And
Yes.
that is all
Actually,
the point, G. Yeah, sure.
if I can add one thing also, I mentioned the L1 L1 engineering team of Startel is preparing those runtime. But if any developers are also bringing or wants to bring any new features on Astar, this is also something which can be included in part of those runtime. So you just need to open an issue on GitHub or like a PR on GitHub, explain what you want to bring, and or like engineers will reviewing your code contributions, and that can be included to the next runtime upgrade.
Okay, amazing. Okay, the last question, G, to close this slide is maybe the people note that every runtime, the latest runtime, we will be assessed by referendum. So can you explain us what is the ideal process for include a new runtime in Astra?
So basically, once the engineers have prepared the final version of the release of the runtime, then the main council is creating an external motion for executing this new runtime upgrade to the network. And once the main council has done this, the technical committee will fast track the external referendum. So this one can be available for voting by the Astar token holders. Usually it's during a period of 1 week, sometimes less, depending on the urgency of the runtime execution, but that's the entire process. The developers are preparing the runtime release. Then the main council is creating the referendum. The technical committee is fast tracking the referendum so we can vote. And then community and token holders are voting on this referendum. And once the vote is closed, depending of the enactment period, can be like really short or up to 2 days, then the runtime will be executed on chain. So usually it takes between, let's say, like 4 to 7 days, maybe 10 days maximum to execute a runtime, depending again on the urgency.
Yeah, the most important part here is everything happens in Astro governance. So that is I want to
That's
share with the
correct.
community. Yeah. Thank you, G. Thank you. Okay, we can continue here. And the second slide is related to agile core time model. Maybe you know that Aster in the past was using the legacy parachain list, that it was a model that allows Aster to every 2 years made a crawland where the people can support the Aster inclusion in connection with the Polkadot runtime, and that was really cost. The costs were really high. It's not very flexible because it was a possibility that you can not include and connect with the Polkadot runtime. So that is something not good to have in the Astro ecosystem, right? And well, We finalized the transition to Agile Core Time the last month, and right now Astar is part and using Agile Core Time model. What this means for Astar? No more auctions. So that means Astar don't need to create new crawland to allow people share the money for assegurate the new position in Astar and connect with Polkadot. That is not will happen anymore. More flexible because for Astar this means we can buy a space, we can buy core time, right? For stay connect with Polkadot. And also that is aligned with Polkadot 2.0. We know that Polkadot is evolution and their evolution is more focused on how we can create a supercomputer and on-chain computer, right? And Aster is connected with this supercomputer. Right now, we bought our third course, and soon we have auto renewal activate. So the Astor team don't care, and we can only say it inform when the Astor will renew their core. So, G, you are part of the Astor community. Well, you are say in connection with Astra Financial Committee, and I know that you know every process will happen behind Agile Core Time. So you can share with us more about what will happen with Astra in the future relate to Agile Core Time model.
Yes, definitely. So this is pretty simple. Before Agile Core Time, we were relying on the Parachain Legacy auction slot, like you mentioned. So during that time, securing an auction will give security for Parachain to use the core of the Polkadot ecosystem for up to 2 years or 24 months exactly. In the new system now, a core can be secured for 1 month. So every time you buy or you purchase Agile Core Time, you secure your Parachain for 1 month. So as you mentioned, last month we have secured the first core time for Astar, and Astar has been migrating from this previous model of auction to the core time. So meaning every month we have to purchase a new core to maintain the connection and the security, the connection between Astar and Polkadot and benefit from the security of Polkadot. At the moment, we actually bought 3 cores. One core last month for like 550 dots, something like this. This was really expensive due to some manipulation of price a few months ago on the Agile Core Time marketplace. But we also managed a few days ago to secure additional core times at a much lower price, exactly 40 dots and 10 dots. So from like 550 dots to 10 dots now. So we have 3 core times secured for the next 3 months. So we've been migrating Astar on those different core time when we need, so exactly every month. And you mentioned auto renewal, so this feature will be also activated and starting in 3 months time when we are using the last core time. And moving forward, we will be automatically purchasing Agile Core Time. Parenthesis is when a parachain is using Agile Core Time, this parachain has priority to purchase new core time on the following months. So that's the reason we can use auto renewal. So in two months exactly, we will activate auto renewal, and Asta will automatically the parachain will automatically purchase new core times every month with dot token at a price of around 10 dots, because that's the lower price of the core time that we have purchased this week. You mentioned also Asta Financial Committee is involved in this process, and this is correct because this governance entity is in charge of generating incomes from financial activities, especially like dot tokens. So those tokens can be used to purchase core time. So when it comes to the process, this is pretty simple. AFC is generating dot token. AFC is sending a portion of those dot token to the Astar sovereign account on the core time parachain automatically every month to fund the account, and the account is automatically buying those new core time using auto renewal. And as long as we provide funds for the account, and we monitor also the price of the core time to make sure we have enough funds in the account, we should not see any downtime of network or lose any connection with Polkadot.
Got it, G. Um, just a last question because I want to know your perspective in this point. What this is important for Astor, based on your perspective.
Um, so this is a bit complex because the thing is, as you know, most of the blockchains have always funds when they start. For example, Astar, we have Astar Treasury, we have different treasury on chain. We have the main treasury, we have the community treasury, we have the DAO treasury. Then there is like different token allocation and those things. However, the blockchains cannot use those funds forever, so they need to make sure that they have backup options to generate revenue to cover the cost and the expenses of maintaining the infrastructure. So by involving the AFC and moving to this system of AFC funding, generating the token and funding the account to purchase the core time, we make sure Astar has solutions to not rely on selling the Astar token and selling our own treasury, but are relying on external funding mechanism to make sure this is sustainable for the very long term.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you, G. Thank you. Okay. We can continue this call. And yeah, that's it. This is the image basing how Astra is shown in region X right now. You can see that our operation is with their core and connect with the Polkadot ecosystem based on a zero time model. That is so cool. And well, you can see that information in Region X and follow all updates about Astar connection um, in our forum and Astar social network, right? Okay, can continue here. And that is something that I want to share with you. We had a mix mingle and Sony City. There was a really important and funny event in Japan where we can share with all community in that country, and we have a really good co-host event with Sony and also the Sony team, right? The event was focused on builders, creator, Web3, and every people that we visit Tokyo for WebX. WebX was a really important event in Tokyo the last month, and also Astra was there, right? The most important is that the event was really create a really important interest in the community members because we had more than 400 people registered to the event and we share with many community members there. Um, it was people from Sony Block Solution Labs, Astro Jit, and also Startel members. So we can share food, merch, and other things, right? These are some Gunstel's deal from Astro from the event, and well, we share with all community in that place. G, did you participate in Mix and Mingle meetup in Sony City? How did you feel the community, and how did you feel because you was an important member from the Sartel and Asar that participate in the Mix and Mingle, and you have a talk. So can you share with us how do you feel about the community there?
It was really nice to see the entire community joining this event, especially for the Japanese community, and also just the fact that we were able to have our start joining this side event with Sonia, inside the office of Sony. So you mentioned it was in Sony City, which is one of the main office of Sony inside Tokyo. So really great to be able to bring Astar in such like an important place of Japan enterprise industry, and bringing like more visibility to Astar in the Japanese market and stronger relationship between Sonium, Sony, and Astar also. So I think the event was great overall. We had really good food, we had really good swags, nice topics of panels and discussion, and the community was really excited. And yeah, the t-shirt is really cool. It's Tokyo Drift with like a Astar Drift, sorry, with like a little reference to the famous Tokyo Drift. I have a
Yeah,
few extra
sure.
t-shirts with me, and I know Carlos, you have a few also. So maybe we can do something one day with those t-shirts.
Yeah, sure. That was really great. And I want to invite Tatsu and Alicia because they participate in the event as well. And Tatsu was a really good presenter and moderator from the talk. So Tatsu, what do you feel about the event?
Hey, I think G summed it really well, but then it was really great turnouts there. I would say so. We had the event on the first day, I believe, of WebEx, which was the evening with the most number of side events. That was like happening throughout the week in Tokyo. And actually, the venue for the event that we did this mix and mingle event was actually quite far away from the main venue of WebEx. So initially, I was quite concerned about the turnouts, but then in the end, we had more than 130-40 people joining, which considering sort of like all the other events that were happening by the amazing organizers and the distance and everything, I think it was really good turnout. So I was really pleased to see everyone being there. During the event, we had this great panel discussion, fireside chat, where I had the honor to moderate. We had representatives from Sony, A-Star, and Startail. And we had sort of like exchanges, regarding different opinions around mass adoption, going mainstream, relationship between A-Star and Startail, and then also Sony involved. So yeah, we were able to touch at all these important
Mm,
topics, and so yeah, overall it was like a great event, and I was really happy with the
yeah,
turnouts.
sure, that is true. And Alicia, you was part of the all planification for the merch, and you was an important people that really good merch was distributed in all community. So, Alicia, your opinion?
Yeah, actually, yeah, guys, I'm the one who designed the Astar Drift t-shirt.
She's she's really
That's
talented.
right.
Yeah,
Bravo.
and also I made the stickers for the WebEx event, which was which looks like as like a Japan subway ticket, and I thought it was the really regional themed, and also the things that we can show that Asar is from the Japan local project. So I thought that making the like a sticker for Asar with the like a Japan subway ticket vibe would be really nice to engage with the local communities and also with the Asar users. And also, yeah, I was kind of sick and tired of doing the logo play on the t-shirts, like just putting on the like logos and the blank t-shirt. So I thought about like making more fun by making the like a and using the Tokyo Drift design as a like a Asar Drift.
That was a really
Um,
good idea. Tokyo Drift.
mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, as a and also like Tacha said, as a event organizer for the offline event of the mixed Festival, the turnout rate of the event was almost like a 30 to the 40%, which is really a high number compared to other community side events because like most of the people just only like um, apply for the event and they don't really come, right?
That's true.
But the event venue was really far from the WebEx main venue, but the turnout rate was really high. So I had a like opportunity to feel the Astar and Sonium communities are really into our projects.
Yeah,
Yeah, although I was not at the event because I was the information desk girl who did the like a check-in, also doing the wristband to the communities. But yeah, I heard the panel talk that G and Tatsu and K were doing was really great and informative. Thank you.
yeah, I feel the same. Was a really good talk. Thank you, Alicia, and taking that to the as well. Okay, we can continue with our call here. And the moment is arrived, yeah? And we want to talk about Sonium for All, the project that win the Astro Grant. And also we have six big projects that will integrate ACTR. But I want to provide the microphone to Tatsu and Alicia. And guys, please share with us.
Sure. Shall I go first? That's it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think I should start with some context about the Sonium for All. So Sonium for All is like a consumer and gaming incubation grant program hosted by Sonium and backed by Sony Blog Solutions Labs. And the goal of this grant program is to attract leading consumer and gaming the apps to build on the Sonium ecosystem. Also, Astar Network and the StarTech Cloud Services joined as a joint partner for the Sonium for All. So StarTech Cloud Services provided a lot of like technical tools as like a StarTale account abstraction and some of the dev tools that I don't remember because I'm a marketer. And as a Astar, we have evaluated we allocated the grant for some of the winners of the Sonium for All. Those who integrated ASTR in their projects to expand the ASTR utility across Sonium and also Astar ecosystem. So there was like 11 winners of the Sonium for All, and about six projects from those Sonium for All winners had integrated and also will be integrating ASTR in their projects as a payment token or as a reward. So after the integration is all done from each six projects, and Astar communities can enjoy their expanded utility with your ASTR. Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alicia. I think if everyone doesn't mind, I can continue with a bit more sort of like a detailed info. Um, so as you may all know, sort of Sonium being Startail's, one of the um Startail being the core contributor, the mission of Sonium is to go mainstream. And then when we think about this sort of like the slogan or the vision, we think that the consumer and gaming sector vertical becomes extremely important. So we wanted to further grow in this ecosystem for Sonium, which is why we decided to run this Sonium for All campaign. And in the end, we were able to welcome almost 11 winners. And out of the 11 winners, six of them pretty much confirmed together with the A-Star team that they are going to utilize A-Star in a meaningful manner. I'll be happy to do a deep dive into the projects. Here you see the six projects. They're all gaming projects. There are some non-gaming as well, but here you are seeing gaming projects. They're all really different kinds of game projects. Some can be played from desktop, some can be played from mobile. Some are trying to build a Line Mini app. So you see, it's really different. But then the shared commonality here is that ASAR is going to be used one way or the other. However, the usage depends on each project. Um, just as an example, actually, out of the six, two of them already launched. Zombie Auto Defense game and Loot Coin game have already launched. But then we are specifically mentioning Zombie Auto Defense because not only did they launch the game itself, they have also incorporated a star token already. So
Yep.
that handle you see about on Zombie Idol, you can feel free to check them out on X, and you can go to their game, which is playable via mobile or desktop. But desktop is recommended by the studio. If you
Sure.
look in and actually play the game, you have the options to purchase different kinds of game items, and you'll be able to choose both ETH and A star. For the purchase, we tested; it worked beautifully. So the utility is already there. and it's actually a tower defense game that already had a few million downloads in Google Play and App Store combined as a Web 2 app. And now they are turning their game into Web 3, which is very exciting. And we really thought that this fit the vision of going mainstream. So, yes, all in all, we hope that us, from Sonium perspective, choosing them as a Sonium for All winner, and from ASAR perspective, asking them for the ASAR incorporation of the game, can be mutually beneficial for both parties, and it could just be simply a fun game for everyone. Is what I hope.
Yep. Yeah, to
Yeah.
add more information about the zombie idol defense, like we thought it is really good project for ASTR utility expansion because uh, you guys can purchase the in-game items with the only the Ethereum at in the zombie idol defense, but as they integrate the ASTR, so in-game items can be also bought with the ASTR by purchase with the ASTR, which is like creating Ethereum level ASTR utility in the zombie idol defense. Yep.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for that wonderful and useful information from the project. And I want to ask you, Tatsu, what was important for this project, Sonium for All? Can you share with us some highlights?
What was important for the selection of the projects?
That's it.
Good
Okay.
question.
We yeah. We had several criteria when choosing the projects. We received overall almost 200 applications. We opened the application for 1 month. We had 200 submissions, and we had the honor of choosing 11. We saw first the development capability of the project by us actually testing the MVP, actually looking into the wireframe. So we looked into the project individually. We looked at the marketing capability of the project itself, or if the project is very new, the previous projects that the team has worked on. We evaluated their marketing capability. Thirdly, the project's willingness to build the project and also work together with us. So before choosing all the winners, we made sure that we are in touch with them, and also we took a call with them, all of them, to confirm the willingness to work with us and to really collaborate extensively in case that they do get selected as a winner. So we did the background check to make sure that they are a legitimate team, and after sort of like looking into all these different criteria, we had the honor to be able to choose them as winners.
Amazing. Thank you, Tatsu, for sharing that. And also, Alicia, that I know that you was really involved in the communication and negotiation with this project to integrate ACTR. So I want to
Mhm.
know your opinion about this project. What do you think about this amazing project and what is integrating ACTR? What do you think?
Oh, you mean like the standard of the criteria by choosing them as a Astar Grant winner?
Yeah, and the utility that they provide to ACTR.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, well, actually, G didn't. G told not me to spill the tea about the standard of the Astar Grant um, evaluation standard, but well, like so, there is really a lot of like utilities that you can think of the tokens on other projects or on the ecosystem. But since I think there is like a good, but I mean, like there is a good utility case and also the bad utility case. So, but if we are just giving out the ASTR as a reward token, like when we like get the item and open the box and got the ASTR, and then that is
Mhm,
kind of like a bad use case to be honest, like because people just can like sell it on the market, right? But if
mm,
it is used as a, like a payment token to buy some of the in-game items, like the zombie idol defense, as I mentioned before, like that is the utility that the Astar community can enjoy and also really real uses of the ASTR token, right? So that was the like most important standard that when I evaluated all of the other grant um, applicants. So Zombie Idol, Defense Lootcoin, Spectre Tubely, and Mixed Snaps and Harkon are all having the ASTR utility as a payment token rather than a rewarding the ASTR. But after when we distribute the grant after they integrate the ASTR, then the project has the ASTR token as a grant, then they can maybe utilize as a rewards token later on. So then it will expand the utility more.
That's true. That's true. I'm like what you say, Alicia. And
Mhm.
also, I really like that the people, Simon and Manu and other members, are excited because they think integrate ACTR in gaming projects is really nice. So thank you, Tapsu and Alicia, for sharing with us this important information because this is big for our ecosystem. New projects, new ACTR utility, and that is so amazing.
True.
So thank you so much, guy, for share that with us, and we can continue our call. And I want to talk about on-chain governance in Astro ecosystem. So I want to say hello again to G, and let's talk about how is Astro governance right now for Astro.
Hello again. um, all right, so yeah, so as you can see, we've been talking a lot about governance during the call today, and I will just take a bit of time to explain a bit more in details. I'll go over exactly how is governance working on Asta. So as you can see, we have launched governance last year, especially in December 2024. So we have almost reached 1 year of testing the governance. This governance system is a legacy of Polkadot v1. So for the person familiar with the Polkadot ecosystem at the moment, Polkadot is using what we call open governance for governance. And before this, they had Polkadot Gov v1. And on Asta, we decided to go with these versions because OpenGov was still new at that time. And Gov v1 has enough primary governance features and possibilities for an ecosystem such as Asta. So the governance is relying on three things. First thing will be the governance bodies that we have. I mentioned before, we have the main council, we have the community council, and we have the technical committee. Main council and technical committee have been elected with members of Asta Foundation with the background and the skills to fit those different roles. We are aiming to open those councils to community members, especially over this year, potentially next year also, to have more community members and external members being involved in the governance and not relying only on Asta foundations for making decisions. So that's the first part. The community council has been elected on governance, on chain on the forum with members from ambassador program, from the community, but also from the foundations. So that's the first part. The second part is the referendum. So referendum and proposal. Referendum is a proposal that we are voting in governance. So when someone wants to propose something to be executed in governance, so this can be treasury payment, this can be, like I mentioned before, runtime upgrade or any modifications to Astar Network or anything which is executing a code on Astar Network, you have to create a proposal first for this. So this proposal is entering the proposal queue if this is coming from the public, so public meaning any community members. If the proposal is coming from the main council, this one is more like a motion. So when the proposal is created, there is a queue. During that queue period, anyone can endorse a proposal to give priority by supporting the proposal. More proposal as endorsement or support, the higher the chance of this proposal to pass to a public referendum is increased. So public referendum is the time where we are voting. When I mean we, the Astar token holders are voting on a proposal. So one proposal is moved to referendum. The referendum for public referendum is lasting for usually 1 week, 7 days, and with 2 days enactment after the end of the referendum. So to summarize again, someone is creating a public proposal. This proposal is entering the proposal queue. If there is enough support for this proposal, the proposal is moving to the referendum. And during the referendum period, that's where Astar holders can vote on the referendum. If the referendum is approved, meaning there is enough support for it, then it's enacted 2 days after. The main council has a different track for proposal because they have a priority. So main council can create a motion which is creating a proposal, and this one has priority over public proposal. This is in case the main council has to create a proposal in urgency or for something important such as a runtime upgrade. So that's the things related to referendums and public proposal. Then we have treasury. As I mentioned before, we have an on-chain treasury on Astar. Anyone can create a treasury proposal, as you can see on this diagram at the top, a treasury proposal to request fundings from the on-chain treasury. The on-chain treasury is only holding Astar tokens. At the moment, there is roughly like 300 million Astar token in the treasury. So when someone is creating a treasury proposal, this one can be approved by two options. First option is the main council. Main council has permissions to approve any treasury proposal. We have decided to put a limit to 1 million Astar on the treasury proposal for the main council to approve. So if a proposal is requesting more than 1 million Astar, then this proposal has to go through the second option. Second option is, like I mentioned before, public referendum. So if someone is creating a treasury proposal, he will then need to create a public proposal to approve this treasury proposal. If this public referendum is moved, is moved to a public referendum and approved in governance and executed, then the treasury proposal is also approved and the proposal will receive the fund during the next spending period. So that's for treasury proposal of over 1 million. If there is lower than 1 million, the main council has the permissions, as mentioned before, to approve this treasury proposal directly by creating a motion and do the treasury payments. And finally, the last body is the community council. This one is in charge. Oh, actually, Carlos, you can probably like cover the community council because you are one of the members of the community council.
Yeah, sure. Well, community council, we are 6 members, 2 from community, 2 from core team, and also we have 2 member representing the Astor agent. So we are part of evaluating proposal that request funds from community treasury, and also we evaluate new dApps that want to be joined to Astor dApp staking or community proposal like fund an event. I don't know, create a project that improve everything relate to community and every relate to impact the community experience inside Astor was a main topic for Astor Community Council. So right now you can see every operation that we have in the photo. Every quarter we share with all community what we do and what we'll do in the future as well. And also we are really integrated with other community entities like main council and Astor Financial Committee. As well, community council is a part of Astor Collective and Astor Governance. So yeah, that's it. And well, G, I want to ask to you what the people can do inside Astor Governance. For example, if I have ACTR, I hope every people that listen us have ACTR. What the people can do with the ACTR inside Astor Governance.
This is a good time to move to the next slide. Sorry for the cops noise behind me. Apparently there is something a chase happening in my city. But yeah, anyway, so Astar holders, there is a few things that you can do. First one is, like I mentioned, create a public proposal. This one is a bit technical, so I recommend to always ask someone from the collective or from the foundation or from the ecosystem agent program to help you when it comes to creating a public proposal. It's a bit technical. The second thing will be to endorse existing proposal, as I mentioned before. So you can lock some Astar token to support a proposal that you believe is important. So this one has priority in the governance process and can be voted, can be in vote much quicker. Finally, you vote also with your token. There is a conviction voting, meaning you can decide to lock your tokens during a certain amount of time, so it can be up to a few months or like even a few years, depending on how much conviction you want to put. The more conviction you put on your vote, the higher the more voting power you have on the proposal. So this is really good options to really show the support that you want to do, you want to give to the referendum. Treasury requests, same as creating a public proposal. This is a bit technical, so again, reach out to someone from our ecosystem or read the documentations to understand those things before actually creating anything. And finally, delegating. If you don't have the time to review all the proposal, all the referendum that we have in governance, and we have a lot of them, like every week, you can decide to delegate your voting power to someone else. For example, if you are Italian members, you can delegate to Simone or Emmanuel. If you are someone from the Hispanic community, you can potentially delegate to Carlos. So you give the responsibility to those persons to vote on the proposal and vote on your behalf. Tokens are not moving from your wallet. They don't have any permissions uh, to do anything with your token besides voting. You can also decide to set the conviction voting when you delegate. If you want someone to have like, for example, Emmanuel to have a lot of convictions when you vote with your token, then you can set this up. Oh, there's a lot of like different things when you can do concretely with your Astar token. But I would suggest overall to participate in governance. As you can see, Astar is a parachain, a blockchain that we are trying to aim to be decentralized as much as possible when it comes to decision making and execution on chain, relying on the governance system that we have built. But for all of this, we need community members, we need ecosystem agents, we need members from the Astar collective to join, participate, and contribute to the governance. Governance is only powerful based on the amount of people that are contributing to it and participating. So yeah, so even if you don't have like tokens or don't have a lot of tokens, you can still get involved by discussing on the forum. That's where most of the discussions are happening. You can also create your own proposals, delegate your power. There's a lot of things to do in governance. You just need to take a bit of your time to deep dive into those things. And yeah, like you can see on this slide, that's a summary of everything that we have done in governance for the past few weeks. If I'm checking, just to give you some numbers, for for the main council, we have already executed like 43 motions in less than a year, which is almost like one per week, if it's not more. And when it comes to a referendum, same, 43 referendum, so one referendum per week since the launch of governance. So the governance of Asta is extremely active, but we want to see this increasing. We want to see more meaningful proposal, and we invite the community and the members of Astar Collective to propose anything to governance, to use like the power and the tools of governance, use like the on-chain treasury to propose like some valuable things which can contribute to the growth of Astar. And yes.
Thank you, G. That is a really important information and it's totally true. The governance in Astor is very active, and as you mentioned, it's important that if you are part of Astor ecosystem, participate in on-chain governance proposal, and also you can propose everything relate inside Astor. Make a meetup, make update in any project, propose a fund for a project, and that everything can be part of Astra governance. So thank you, G, for that important information. And we will move to the last update. And is an important information is the last month we include an off-chain voting platform called Open Square, and it's important that you know Open Square is our platform for everything related to gasless operations. Meanwhile, we have Subsquare that is more focused on chain actions, right? Um, Actually, we will move more active in off-chain governance because we really have more proposals there. And also, this is important because these are a SAILI, yeah, off-chain alley that you can use off-chain on off-chain. That is a part of Astar governance, and you can use it in every time. It's a public access. Lastly, we have many updates for Astar Data. We had new projects like Bifrost, Sonify, Keo Finance, and more projects the last month. And then we are in process to add new big projects inside Astar Data. The big names we have Subscam, Devote, and Yield because they are good project. We are conversing, and we are in the last process to include it in the Astar Data. What this means for Astor ecosystem? This means that you have more and every good project you can participate with your ACTR in Astor Dapsecond. So right now, Astor Dapsecond is evolving and is extend beyond Astor network because right now we have support projects from Sonion, Ethereum, Polkadot, and other ecosystem. The most important part here is what is the project doing to bring a big utility for ACTR? That is the main question, and that is one of the main requirements we evaluate when a project want to include in ASAP.psec. This is a big new because more project is a more bigger and more robust das ASAP.psec program, and also it's more options for you. You can vote and get involved in ASAP.psec, right? So that is something big. And well, G, do you have any last word you want to share?
Yeah, I really want everyone to get involved, especially in the listing of a Starcon contributor and the community treasury. This is something important that we are pushing for dApp staking. Those projects have been in part of dApp staking for a very long time, and some members have raised like some concerns of those two applications attracting all the tokens, all the staking, and therefore like giving less opportunities for real developers and project building on Asta to get support from dApp staking. And as you know, like the visions of dApp staking for a very long time has been always to bring support to the one contributing and building on Asta. So I'm encouraging you to also participate in these discussions to bring your different opinions and ideas. And if this is a consensus of community, we will move forward with delisting those projects.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Go ahead,
Yes.
G.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's I want to share is this is part of after rapid second evolution that as you mentioned in the past, we had a few projects, but right now we have more than 18 projects in Azure Rapid Second. So yeah, is this is powerful. This is powerful. Okay, we have concluded this call, and I want to say hello to Tatsu and Alicia again. And well, this was a really great call with all community. We share many updates, many good information with there. And well, I want to say thank you, Tatsu, Alicia, and Dee, for stay here. And I don't know if you want to share the last words with the community.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. May I go first? Yeah,
Go for
guys,
it.
yeah, Astar Community, thank you everyone for tuning in today. It was really excited to share the Sonium for all Astar Grant winners and like share the standard, which was kind of spill the tea of evaluating the Astar Grant recipients. And I'm also looking forward to projects integrating ASTR in the future and enjoying the game with my ASTR. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Alicia. Tatsu?
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. Had a really fun time here. I hope it was informative for both Sonia for All and also for the Mix and Mingle event, and also for all the rest of the ASR updates. Definitely stay tuned for future updates too. Thank you so much, guys.
Then Tatsu. And the big G? Are you muted, G?
My bad, my bad. Cops again behind me, so yeah, I'm trying to protect your ears. Yes, so I just want to say thank you a lot, Carlos, again for hosting this and being like an amazing host for the community calls. And I want to give my appreciation also for anyone from the community taking time today to listen to us. It was really important for me to share more things related to governance, as I really value this thing and feature that we have on Asta, as you probably understood today. So yeah, please get involved. Make sure to test the governance. The more you show also commitment, experience, testing the governance, the more you have like possibility also to be included in part of those governance body, maybe joining the main council or the technical committee, depending on your background and your skills and how you want to contribute to Asta. But this is how we build this ecosystem, and we've been built from the start, been always around community, and that's something we want to do even more in the future. But yeah, thanks a lot everyone for joining today.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.